Hello, everybody. Joe Bag Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Last time we left off, we're in a bit of a I don't even know what you would call this internal existential. I don't know. I don't think it's like a psychic attack like it was when we were fighting Aoi. It's just kind of an internal moment of a choice for our main man here. Will we just ignore everything that, his life teachings are built on and just go, well, we got Masamune, so we can just kill whoever we want now and ice this dude? Or are we gonna, stay true to the ideals in his heart and, go, you know, I guess the hero route for choosing not to kill anyone, even though they deserve it. It probably make everything better if you just kill them. But hey, it's not my story to tell. So, and so far, the moral of this route anyway is it's a bit of a not your place to judge. You're not the judge, jury, executioner kind of thing. So I said last time we were gonna hit wait because that's obviously what we're supposed to do. But then again, I also made the choices I obviously thought were going to get us to the not on the Ichijo route, and look where we are now. Sorry, Otori. Anyway, yeah, wait. We're going to wait. Also, don't expect a super long episode today. It's Thanksgiving. I have to go over to a friend's house to bring my delicious pumpkin pie that I made. Well, it's not really pumpkin. It's actually acorn squash because the grocery store didn't have any cooking pumpkins. So squash was the next best bet. And really, similar enough taste. Like you could tell as soon as I cut those open, it smelled like I was carving pumpkins. So, yeah, yeah. And really, you don't want to cook. Well, you can cook those big pumpkins, that you carve for Halloween. But there are like smaller, like sweet cooking pumpkins, which are better for like stews. And that one, acorn squash, it's a little sweet, so it'll be fine. I did an older recipe too, so it doesn't have a ton of added sugar. It's just like molasses. I tossed in some maple syrup. I threw in a splash of rum too, which gives it a nice little warmth to it with all the allspice. Only thing was there's milk in the pie filling, so as soon as I added the rum to it, I could see it like curdling. But that's fine. Curdled milk doesn't mean it's like gone bad, like in a cooking sense. If you're like adding like I don't know lemon or something, that'll cause the milk to curdle. It just it's just a reaction. Doesn't change up the flavor too much. Cooking time over. Wait. What? What is she trying to? You mustn't kill anyone. Not a single person, you hear? Not for any reason. Yes, I remember. My mother's most solemn teaching. One must never take a life. But then what am I supposed to do? Defeat him without killing him? Is there any way, save by killing? Yeah, I'm still dealing with my cough. I don't know when that's gonna go away, if ever. I think it's being egged on by like fall allergies because all the leaves are coming down. I go out to my car, it's covered in pollen. My fall allergies aren't as bad as my springtime allergies, but they're still there a little. I think that's why I'm getting a bit of like a sinus thing. To ensure that my mother survives, there is. How? Ooh, that's a tough one. Flat of your sword, no. Deflect his attack, sure. Talk him down? That's a hard one. Hold on. Pop a save. We'll go deflect. I've already begun my strike. To change its course and intercept my enemy's sword. Do I truly have the skill? I do not. Oops. I think it doesn't matter that no matter what you choose, you'll get the same results. Like, the way I see this scene going and like the moral it's trying to tell, you can't do it sometimes, even if it's right. Even if what you're doing is right, doesn't mean you'll succeed. Kind of a bit of a hard a hard lesson. My mother's dead because I hesitated, because I let doubt control me. I could have saved her. I had the power, but I stood by and watched as an innocent died. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to let that happen either. This sounds like a bad end. Hold on. Quick load? I didn't quick save. Where's the save load? There we go. Oh. Now we'll play it out. Despair takes me. I sink into darkness. But oh thank goodness. This is only a dream. When I wake, I'll be back in that temple shed. Everything the same as before. Everything the same. Then, this despair is only a taste of what's to come. For when the moment arrives, I know what will happen. I will stand there, shackled by doubt, and watch, just as I did in the dream. Oh, no. Well, at least that was a nice quick little bad end there. I don't see any of those working, so let's go back and fucking, we'll wait. And then we'll fucking ice this dude. Nope, have to kill him. It's the only way. The only way. I haven't the skill to deflect his strike, and without my full strength... Ew, gross. And without my full strength, and steel behind it, no attack of mine will penetrate his armor. What other choice is there? Talk him down? Nonsense. As if I had the hours to spare. I have to take his life. So be it. I will kill this man. And Mother's words, them I will. Carry them with me always.
If
Because even if her teachings are, realistically impossible, fucking pie in the sky bullshit, heart in the right place, she's not wrong. You shouldn't kill people. That's a very good lesson to carry with you. Otherwise you're just those fucking dickheads who like run you off the road, if you pass them on the highway because they're going fucking, I don't know, they're going like 45 and a 60, and for some reason you passing them, it makes them so mad they fucking, take you off the road and fucking shoot you. Yes, those words were truth. If I kill this Musha here, then someone, somewhere, will curse my name. They will call me evil and hate me forever. I take this truth between my teeth, bite down, harder, harder, letting its bitter taste kiss my tongue. My jaw cracks, my teeth shatter, but my weapon, that I hold to its course. Because I have a reason to kill. That reason is my own, my personal justice. For the good of my cause, I will brand this man evil, and for that evil, I will take his life. Someone, somewhere will curse my name, because to them, my enemy was good. Thus, by killing for good, I myself become evil, for to kill a man is always to destroy one life, to destroy one evil and one good. The law of balance. With that law, that immutable truth burned my soul like a brand. I looked my enemy in the eye and complete the killing blow. Yeah, it's kind of like what I was talking about yesterday, perspective stuff. Well, actually, it wasn't yesterday for me. 2 days ago for me. Was it 2 days, three days ago for you guys if you're watching live? Whatever. I was talking about the whole perspective thing with like Rokuhara and whatnot. It's done. I look to my feet where the nameless bandit's corpse lies. No, it's not a bandit. That man isn't even a Musha. I cannot remember his name. There's no meaning in this place. Yeah, I also can't remember his name, sorry. But I do remember who he was. I remember why I killed him. And I remember who stood at his side. A girl clings to the slain man's corpse. His daughter. She loved him. This I remember, though her name too is lost. She looks at me with swollen eyes. I see her hate there, bright and new. Why? She asks. I tell her the answer. It's not enough, she shouts, nor should it be. She tells me then of the man she knew, of how his love lit her life, of how bereft she is without him. She tells me of his good, which I ended with his evil. With my evil? With his evil? Which I ended with his evil. Okay, yeah. And for that crime, her justice condemns me. I mean, she didn't say monster. She's like, won't be forgiven more. Her spittle fleckles with blood. The girl proclaims undying hate. Taking a little liberty with that translation, but sure. I know Japanese prose has a tension of just repeat the same thing over and over. It really adds to the impact. But in English, that kind of looks dumb. Fucking, this chair is an eyesore. This chair, that fucking shit. It is precisely what I deserve. My sins can never be redeemed. I killed a man. I ended his life because his dreams, his love, his good were all worth less than what I called just. That is the work of a demon. High above, lit by the moon, a man proclaims me worthless scum. You're nothing, he sneers. You're not a hero or a demon. A demon kills with joy. A hero kills with pride. I who kill with self-loathing and sorrow am neither. Just a regular man who never should have taken up the sword. He is wrong. My feelings aren't important. Whether he laughs with joy or howls in disgust, a man who kills for himself is a demon. No. The man who kills for a cause is no different. Heroes, soldiers, warriors of every sort, these are demons too. All who kill are demons.
そうだよ。あの時てめえはそう言ったんだ。
Perspective. Well, I got a sniffle. Ew, that was gross. This time, I do not object to scorn, for indeed, this truth is one I reached myself once before. How could I have let myself forget? How could I have believed for even a moment that killing would ever be not wrong? As Gonzago said, I convinced myself that killing the guilty was different from killing the innocent. Having realized my folly, I began to see what happened. That years ago, without even knowing, I formed an image of absolute evil, and with it, absolute good. The former, of course, was birthed here. My great eternal sin, my mother's blood on my hands. She was the first, but not the last. I killed many, believing them good. To my mind, this was evil, clear and absolute. Absolute good, therefore, would be its opposite.
港影明、私はあんたを許さない。あんたを殺す。
Alright, why'd they take the reverb off that one? Ayane Ichijo judged my crimes, pronounced my guilt, and sentenced me to death. A fair verdict, utterly without mercy. And in that moment, I realized now she became for me the ultimate good. In her, my evil had no refuge. She would not grant me a reprieve for good behavior. No circumstances would mitigate my guilt. It was perfect, flawless, absolute justice. Precisely what my evil deserved. Even now, what I felt then has not changed. By killing my mother, I committed unspeakable evil. To punish me for that is unquestionably just. The difference is that now I realize there is more to the story than that. It does not simply end with an evil act when an evil act is punished. Consider the prosecutor, the judge, the executioner. Consider the one who is all three. Does this person, in delivering justice to the wicked, not themselves incur a weight of sin? Why should acting in the pursuit of justice excuse their crime? I'm back in that dusty temple shed. All of that was just a dream. Just a dream. My lips twist briefly. If I didn't know better, I might be tempted to believe that the Buddha of this place had sent it as guidance. But no. The path it showed me was one that no Buddha would ever condone. Perhaps I should look to a demon instead.
ミド、起きたの？
お、どれくらい眠っていた？
Well, the sun's coming up, so...
ほんの数分だけれど、
Ugh.
多少は疲れが取れたっ
Yeah,
て
I've
こと
had
もな
those
さそう
nights.
ね。
I had one the other night where, you know, I was going through some stuff and I slept maybe like a total of like 2 hours, as the rest of it was just kind of like rolling around in my bed.
だろうな。
Felt like my thoughts were bouncing around my skull like a fucking pinball. Just like bing, 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 hitting all the bumpers and the lights going. My body and spirit are no lighter than before. If anything, the weight has grown. This is the weight of my crimes, which I relived in the halls of dream. Therefore, I welcome it. It will ensure that I never forget the evil I have done in service of my goal. The goal that remains, to this moment, unfulfilled. I must see it through, because to me, this path was worth more than the lives I took. From the moment that first corpse marked my feet with blood, I was doomed to walk it to the end. Only when the dead return to life, only then can I turn back.
村正。行くぞ。
まだ寝てるけど、その娘。
いい。
ミド？
一条は置いてゆく。
Yep, no dead weight. As I have my path, each Joe has hers. We can no longer walk them together. The truth is that we never could. It was my weakness, my delusions, that allowed us to accept one another for a time. Now those delusions are gone. I am Muramasa. She is Masamune. There's no reconciling our ways.
それでいいの？私たちが 銀星号を殺せば
Yep.
俺が良いと思うもの、尊いと思うもの、綾音一条をも殺すことになる。
ええ
恐ろしいな。
So
恐ろしいな。
you're talking in your heads, right? Because I don't think Masamune would appreciate you just saying out loud you're gonna kill Ichijo right there.
だが人を殺すということは
Mm-hmm.
常にこういうことなのだな。
I finally see it. Finally.
お前だけが特別なのではない。村正は真実を拡張しているに過ぎない。己の使い手を、その悪を殺さば、返す刃で善をも立つ。善悪相殺。
You know, kind of taking the coin and sawing it down the middle so that way, you know, the good and bad side, you know, that are normally one person, just kind of give the bad side of the coin to one person, give the good side to the other, and be like, okay, now instead of one person, you got to kill two. Boom.
それはあまねく無き。すべての刃が背負う呪いだ。
Mhm.
なぜなら、一つの命は善と悪を共に宿す。誰かの敵は誰かの味方。誰かの悪は誰かの善。
Mhm.
刃が生命を奪うとき、
But
必
you know,
ず善と悪は
you judge
もろともに
what
断
you're
たれて
trying
い
to
る。
accomplish is above that, and you kill them anyway.
例外はない。悪だけを切るべき。悪だけを殺す殺人などない。
Thus, surely, every weapon may bear the name Muramasa.
ミド
憎む敵と共に傍らの友をも殺す。それを厭うのなら、そもそも敵を殺してはならない。他の武器に持ち替えて殺すなど論外。敵は殺すが味方は失わないなど卑怯なのだ。
Yeah, you see it in like you know, World War II movies all the time.
敵
You
も
know,
殺すべきではないのだ。
they kill someone, then they go fucking bang bang. You know, enemy over there, take them out, go over, search their corpse, be like, all right, what do they got on them? You know, any maps or intel or whatever, they find their wallet, and in it, you know, it's the photos of all their family. They got their wedding ring, yada yada yada.
敵の死も味方の死も等価値。差をつけてはならない。敵は悪にして善なのだから。
You must see
敵の
your
悪だけ
enemy with eyes
罪だ
unclouded.
けを見て殺すことは
Recognize what they
殺人をなしながらその醜悪さを覆い隠す
and pull the
卑劣
trigger.
な欺瞞に他ならない。この一刀をもって善と悪をもろともに立つ。その覚悟をせねばならないのだ。誰が誰を殺す時も。
Yeah, there's few people in the world that are just complete, you know, fucking abject 100%, you know, nothing redeemable about them at all monsters. The sword kills, makes no distinction between good and evil. Therefore, Ichijo, this is where we part ways. Never again will I believe that one who kills is right. I must betray you after all.
行くぞ、村正。正義でも何でもない。単なる醜悪な殺人だ。それでも、やる
Because
と
I want
決
to
め
do
た。
it anyway.
あれを止めると決めた。村正。
はい、
お前のすべての力を俺にくれ。
捧げます。すべての力を
Woo!
私の主。
Thank you, Muramasa.
鬼に王手は鬼を切る。
Don't you think you should
仏
step
に王
outside
手は
before you do
仏
this?
を切る。
You know, if Ichijo's sleeping like 3 feet away.
剣の断り、ここにあり。
Yeah, don't you think you stomping around in that fucking 2-ton suit on these creaky wooden floorboards? And then, lighting up a jet engine outside the door might wake her up. Legend tells of two smiths, Muramasa and Masamune. These two masters studied the craft together, yet while alike in skill, they were opposed in temperament. One day, the teacher bade them each forge a sword, then stand those swords in a nearby river. Muramasa's sword cut every leaf that floated past. Masamune's sword spared them. The supreme blade, their teacher said, cuts only what it must. Thus, it was Masamune's sword, not Muramasa's, which passed the test that day. This is legend, and legends may, at times, speak the truth. With that in mind, which of these smiths truly understood the way of the sword?
Mido.
Now, we kind of slept on it. We've come to a revelation.
そうはいかぬ。ヤマトはお前という悪夢にもう会いた。今宵で幕を引かせてもらう。
I mean, if you think you got the stones for it, go ahead, try, bud.
あの狂犬が見当たらぬようだが。
残してきた。
なぜだ。
同じことだからだ。俺の手でお前を倒そうと。お前が言った通りだ。銀星号。善悪相殺は部の宿命。いかにしても逃れようはない。
At least you're having a good time here.
それでいい。忘年から覚めたようだな、影明。
あ
あ。では戯れ合おう。かわいい影明。この指で慈しみながらいざなってやるぞ。
Please rephrase that.
部の極みへ、高き果てへ。天下万民を皆殺し、世界への完全勝利をもって神の座へ登らん。
No.
そんなところへは行かぬ。行かせもせぬ。
You're going to hell bound in chains.
俺の妄念はお前が立った。お前の妄念は俺が立つ。お前はもう天へ登らない。今日ここで俺がお前を地へ落とす。
吠えたな影明。我が道を立つと誓うか。ならば手心は加えまい。銀の星と呼ばれし光の力、その聖水を見せてくれる。
I mean, it's good that you got your resolve and all there, Minato Bud, but she can still kick your ass. Unless, you're just like in such a flow state right now. You can like see the lines. You've having out-of-body experience now playing a third-person action game.
やっべ、寝過ごした。日が暮れてるし。
Probably a while.
起こしてよ、港さん。
Might want to munch on one of those daikons just hanging there in the corner.
あれ
Really fill you up. A raw fucking
港
radish.
さんいない。
Oh, that sounds awful.
村正もまさかそんな。
Even just like boiled. Like just boiled daikon on its own with like no seasoning or like sides. Oh. It's like fucking, I don't even know what you would call that. That's like punishment prison food. Yeah, even fucking God, it's a punishment in naval vessels, You get put on a bread and water diet, fucking locked in the brig. Only thing you're allowed to eat is bread, and you can have water. You can have as much as you want, but it's all you're getting. So, real fucking monotonous. I did that for a while when I was living in the dorms trying to save money. I just go to Walmart and buy like 2 loaves of French bread to like get me through the week. It's like every morning I'd wake up, I'd just tear a chunk out, eat it, you know, come home from lunch, take it out of the drawer, rip out a chunk, eat it, get home from work, rip out a chunk, eat it, rinse and repeat for like 2 weeks. It was great for saving money. But then, you know, we went on like a 5K run for like work PT, and I was like out of breath, not even a half mile in, just like knees shaking, fucking pale as a ghost, because I had no fucking nutrients in my body other than carb. Make sure to balance your diet, kids. Eat your veggies. To defeat Kinsego, I must first understand her. What is the nature of my enemy's power? First, there is the psychic pollution, the power to warp minds. But, although that is by far the greatest threat to the world, it's not relevant here. The power that I must contend with, that has made the Silver Star invincible in combat, is that of gravitation control. Ordinarily, Amusha's powers of flight derive from 2 factors: the engines which provide thrust, and the wings which provide lift. Expressed to their fullest, these allow Musha to reach speeds unrivaled by other human inventions. As no tank, ship, or aerial fortress can match his speed, Musha has the absolute power to decide the terms of a given engagement. And as that speed also translates through sword, lance, spear, or directly into destructive force, no common defense can resist a Musha strike. Speed, therefore, is the primary reason that Musha is superior to all other tools of war. And in the same way, speed is the reason that Kinsego is supreme among Musha. Unlike the near total majority of Musha, who must work with and against the air to achieve their legendary speed, Kinsego treats the air as little more than an auxiliary stabilizer. She can ignore it entirely, should she choose, even fly in total vacuum. This is because the force which buoys Kinsego's gossamer wings is not aerodynamic lift at all, but instead gravity, the universal attractor, one of the 4 fundamental forces that shape the natural world. Through Muramasa's second mystical power, Kinsego bends this force to her will. She can strengthen it, weaken it, negate it entirely. She can adjust its vectors as she pleases. Oh god, not vectors, fucking accelerator shit. I don't want to deal with the who would win in a fight, the Flash or Accelerator again. Ooh, fuck, dude. Now that gave me a flashback that I didn't even mean to give myself. Fuck. I'm old. That's old lore. We don't need to talk about that. If you know, you know. In practice, this means that her speed and agility outstrip even the fastest Musha by several orders of magnitude. Take the present situation.
高度1300。足を切り崩す覚悟ならもう一通りもできるけど。
単価を切って挑戦した挙句に失速して追試では冗談としてできすぎだな。ここで無理はいらん。
Yeah.
鉄器の到達高度は
推定約12000。
誤差はどの程度だ
Yeah, if we're talking meters, that's pretty high for an aerial engagement.
加減1500くらいよ。
やけに低い。
お弓で会った時からだけれど、カカ様の翼に賭けがある。
賭け
ほんのわずか。どこかの戦いで手を打ったのかもしれない。
Really?
それがカカ様の能力を弱めているとしたら。
And you're telling us this now? So this damage might explain how less than a minute into the fight, we are disadvantaged merely by a factor of 10.
しかし、そんな小さな傷ならすぐに修復ができそうなものだが。
精巧な機関だから難しいのかも。それにどんな剣にだって得て不得手がある。
What does I know you're both, you know, Muramasa, but you know, Kinsego have like a weaker healing factor, you know, from the Tsurugi side, you know, actually like patching up the mech.
カカ様は機動力にしても攻撃力にしても無敵に近いけれど、
Oh, she's a flying fucking aluminum can. Gotcha. She's just a can of Chorus Light.
おう、
Gotcha.
そうか。そうだ。
You know, it's a bit inaccurate to call her just an aluminum can, because most aircraft are fucking made of aluminum or some kind of like carbon fiber or whatever fucking hybrid. So, but you know, that specifically thin kind of like beer can, not the one where you throw it at someone's head and it goes gonk. Like a can of Boss Coffee. Those things are like thick cans. We're still looking at a 10-run decifit in the bottom of the ninth. But if we can starve off despair's sweet embrace long enough to do my job, then even a slim hope is worth clinging to. So, our enemy has a 10-to-1 altitude advantage. Now I must consider what that means. In aerial combat, the Musha with the altitude advantage has gravity on her side. Her side? Yeah, sure, her. The Earth's pull adds to her momentum, and therefore her power. For the opponent, the reverse is true. Gravity acts against him, diminishing his power. Well, none of this matters to Ginsego, so... The degree to which height plays a role in this way is determined by the angle of the engagement relative to the ground. The closer to 90 degrees, absolute vertical, the greater the benefit altitude provides. At present, the engagement is nearly vertical, 89 degrees, give or take. Promising start. I expected 89.9. I'll pretend I'm familiar with the proverb about emptying the ocean with a thimble. In any case, the angle is nearly vertical. I must fight against gravity's full pull, while Ginsego may turn it to her advantage, an absolute which her power will amplify greatly. Momentum equals mass times velocity. How much momentum will an object of Ginsego's mass acquire? Accelerating with such power from well above the stratosphere. I'm just doing math in my head real quick, because I'm like, well, if Ginsego can control gravity, can she? No, she can't control her mass, because mass is separate from weight. Weight is affected by gravity. Mass is, is a constant. I was thinking, well, but she can use her gravity to increase her mass and, crash into you harder, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'll Google some physics real quick. Is mass constant? Everywhere, sure, that's close enough. Does not change wherever it is placed in the universe, so, yeah. Cool. Cool. I've been in my calculation shortly after determining that even 20 of me, stacked vertically, would not absorb the energy of the blow. Not because I do not care to see that number grow, because it simply does not matter. An attack needs only enough force to penetrate the target's armor. Any more than that is wasted. There's little practical difference, after all, between opening your enemy's throat with this and scattering his atoms to the wind. I thought there was going to be a second half. No. Between opening your enemy's throats and scattering him to the wind. So you're going to kill him with a box cutter, or are you going to, fry him with a Death Star laser? It does the same job. Just one's more economical. The question is whether I have the force to accomplish even the former. But to that, I need not be overly concerned. The energy of an impact is shared. Yep. Ginsego damage, BA, Muramasa's damage, AB. If Ginsego's strike carries significant force, then so too will my counter. We will each possess the energy required to kill the other. This is not to say that we are equal, however. There is a reason that altitude is so vitally important in Musha combat, which is that we are simply not smashing into each other like balls fired from opposing cannons. A Musha, when he attacks, transmits his energy through his arms and legs, and through them to his weapon. Every part of this process, every motion, is helped or hindered by gravity's effects. The Musha with the high ground is able to transfer more energy to her weapon and also may strike with greater precision. Her attacks, in other words, is less likely to fail. For her opponent, the opposite holds. Say the gap is significant in aerial combat, where one's sense and reflexes are strained to the limit, would be grossly understating the issue. In summary, even if our energy is equal, our ability to use it effectively is not. Nor can I hope to defeat her attack by meeting it head-on with my own. There, her advantage would be even more pronounced. She would smash my strike aside and land hers without issue, to unilaterally devastating effect. The above factors are now working against me to the greatest possible degree. As always, when I face off with Kinsego, my enemy is free to strike as she pleases, while I must grapple with distance and timing just to have the slimmest hope of landing my attack. Even before our techniques come into play, I'm already at a severe disadvantage. And as for those techniques, I already know which my opponent will use. The one she calls Ladybug Comet, a nod, I suppose, to the name men have given her. This technique, adapted from the Oshino Onryu's Tsukikake, has been my downfall in all our previous engagements. In the Oshino Onryu canon, Tsukikake is a technique where, striking from the high ground, you apply a forward roll to your strike, thereby A, increasing its power, and B, disorientating your opponent. Through her unique abilities, Kinsego has transformed this technique into something out of myth. She begins by ascending to near orbital altitudes, then dives vertically upon her enemy using amplified gravity to accelerate her fall. At the moment before impact, a fragment of time best measured in nanoseconds, she snaps a forward roll into a heel kick that could shatter a mountain. Oh, so she's doing like a big fucking rider kick. Gotcha. This is the sort of technique which swordsmen call maken, an art which no other warrior can perform. That Kinsego uses a kick instead of a sword makes little difference. The attack is still cataclysmic in impact, a fact to which I can personally attest. Oh, so it's like a, only one person can do it. It's like a Tsubame Gaishi, gotcha. Although, I have to wonder how Ginsego's own leg doesn't shatter from the force.
条理に沿えばその通りね。おそらくカカ様は鋼鉄を一時的に右極へ集積させているんだと思う。
そんな真似が可能なのか。
I mean, just shift all the, armor molecules down into the leg so that way, everywhere else is just like fucking, essentially a sheet of paper.
妊娠制御の応用で。
Using gravity to redistribute mass? Doesn't matter. I do not need to understand the facts in order to accept them. The facts are that Kinsego can use her power freely, and that against it, Muramasa's mighty armor might as well be made of paper. And to my enemy's inhuman might, do I have an answer? Yes, any number of answers in theory. When speaking of a technique's effectiveness in battle, it is always assumed that the target does not know what is coming. If he does, if he knows precisely how you will attack, then there is no reason that he should not be able to perform a lethal counter. Take Tsukikake, feint and strike in the same motion, the pinnacle of Oshino swordsmanship. Against an enemy who expects it, however, is nothing but a circus act. No one is going to hang there and watch you finish your little somersault. Kinsego's version has the same fundamental weakness. All I have to do is wait until she begins her turn, then dive under it and clip her with my sword in passing. If I do this, then victory is mine. Guaranteed. My enemy has no conceivable escape. Thus, where technique is concerned, the advantage is entirely mine. And yet, every time I have faced Kinsego, it has ended my defeat. The why of this is quite plain. Just as you cannot eat a bowl of rice drawn on canvas, you cannot win with a plan that is impossible to execute. There's just no time. When she makes her dive, accelerating from the stratosphere, she crosses that distance faster, far faster than a human can perceive. At her first encounter, she struck me down before I could react. At her second, I resolved to attack the moment her roll began. She struck me down before I could react. At her third, I was ready to make my move, and the instant she entered my sight, she struck me down before I could react. In every instant, the outcome was the same. When you see her, it's already too late. Such as Kinsego's speed, enough raw, uncaring might to shatter my flawless theory of battle into a million shards, and me with it. It does not matter that I know what she will do if I cannot know when she will do it. And therein, I suppose, lies the limit of technique. The sword is not for fighting meteors. My enemy has surpassed human limits. If I hope to defeat her anyway, then so too must I.
村正、敵機が降下を開始したら即座に知らせろ。
了解。
A Surugi's radar can see much faster than any human's eye. When the attack begins, Muramasa will perceive it in a fraction of a second, the moment of time it takes her signal to reach the target and return. But I know, as I'm certain does Muramasa, that even that will not be enough. Not nearly. Any time lag, even a fraction of a second, will surely be our undoing. In order to win, you must perceive her attack at the exact moment that it begins. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh. No, that's still too slow. You must perceive when her attack will begin before it has even started. The only way to catch an object moving at the speed of light is to reach from outside time. This is known as taking sen, or in the Oshino Onryu, seeing without seeing. It depends not on supernatural faculty, but on one's ability to observe and analyze the target. Instead of actions, one must look for signs. Oh god. My tooth just started hurting for some reason. It's probably just got pressure on it. The top row of my teeth are a little cramped. I had impacted wisdom teeth, all four of them. So, even though my mouth doesn't look like I got kicked in the face by a horse, my top row, they're pretty straight, but they're tight, and my bottom row is a little crooked, but just got pressure on it. I don't want to get braces, even though I got full dental, and they'd be free. And I don't care for, Invisalign or, retainers, because you always got to wear them. Otherwise, they just go back, so what's the fucking point? I'll just deal with my slightly jagged, bottom row teeth. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, we're looking for, her tails. We're in a fucking boss battle. The dilating pupil, the twitching muscle that your opponent is about to attack. Having detected such a sign, one then ideally strikes first, defeating the enemy before attack is truly begun. Against Kinsego, the ideal response is impossible. There's no way to preempt an attack that begins kilometers overhead. But while I cannot hope to strike first, I can hope to strike at the same time. If I know when she will attack, even a nanosecond before it happens, then I can put my sword in her path, and that will be enough. It may kill us both, but it'll be enough. I focus on my enemy. At this distance, even with my enhanced vision, she appears as no more as a speck against the sky. I cannot see the shift of her eyes nor the twitch of her muscles, but there are other ways to know her, clues as small as to beggar belief. The heat of her skin, the scent of her flesh, the pulse of her beating heat. No, deeper. I must sense her energy, her wavelength, her presence. I must know that life is there. And indeed, I grasp it, that elusive key, though it is not so elusive here. I do not attribute this to any great power of perception, but instead to that energy's vastness, reaching out to swallow the sky. Kinsego is here, that presence declares. The conquering titan, the scourge of mankind. As wind precedes a storm's arrival, or tremors herald the coming eruption, it is a message that none can deny. Oh yeah, if you told me Tremors was here, you know, I'd go watch it. I fucking love Kevin Bacon. Great movie. It calls this life to call this life would be stretching that word to include the most destructive forces of nature. It is difficult to sense anything beyond her presence. Its sheer force drowns out everything else. In the moment, I know only that she is there. But that is a start. Yawning again. Ugh. I've only had one pot of coffee that I'm finishing up right now, but that's one pot just makes me sleepy. The second pot, you know, it gets me alert. But that is a start. If I extend my feeble physical senses, if I can send them clawing up that presence like a ladder, can I reach her? No. Their shapeless fingers grasp only air. These senses will not serve me here. I need something else, something... Her breath, boy. Feel her breath. I don't mean the sound it makes or the way her chest rises and falls. Those things lie. She can use them to trick you. But the skin, that never lies. And that's where you have to feel her skin through yours. As long as there is air between you, then your skin and hers are joined. Use that connection. Feel her breath. It will tell you if she plans to attack or defend, and if she plans to attack, then when. What, like use the air as a dielectric and we're like a capacitor? Huh? Breath is the mirror of intent. Heh, pretty cool, right? You don't get to be my age without learning a thing or two. Feel her breath. In all my many battles, against all my many opponents, I have never once accomplished this masterful feat. But against this opponent, against Hikaru, then perhaps... Feel her breath. Her breath. I have it! It's there, slow and soft, like a dreaming sigh. This means that she is still gathering her power. I still have time before she attacks. Yeah, she still has her hands raised, you know, gathering the spirit bomb. Mother was right. Even at this distance, my skin and hers are joined. It's the tiniest thread. Now that I have it, it will tell me everything. This is Kinsego. Her breath, her intent. I recognize it like a memory faded, but not forgotten. Of course I know it. Of course I do. For a year, this was my world. Every day I listened, hoping, praying. I banished the image. I have no use for what it brings. Kinsego is my enemy, nothing more. I focus my senses on the wavelength I have found, straining to detect the slightest vibration. When it comes, that'll be the signal. If I act in that moment, victory is mine. I wait, and wait. Nothing. Still quiet. It's not yet the time. Not yet, but soon. And when it comes, I will not fail. Oh.
Falling down, Ladybug.
Tell me the tales that to me were so dear. Once I was happy. Long, long ago, long, long ago. Sing to me the songs I delighted to hear. Once I had everything. Long, long ago, long ago. Did I fail? Oops. Now you are come, all my Okay, yeah, that is words. Now you are come, all my grief is removed. I had family, my mother, my sister. I suppose that is technically proper English. It just sounds extremely awkward. Now you are come. Splooge. Let me forget that so long you have roved. I had bonds that no hardship could sever. Let me believe that you love as you loved. I had a love. Oh yes, I had love. Long, long ago, long ago. Sounds like a song, but I'm not very musical. I am a little. I play the trumpet, but
それでは足りないぞ鍵焼き。この光に届かぬ。満たされぬ。税金を捨てよ。ルを研ぎ上げよ。余計なものはいらぬ。一心に光を求めるがいい。
Yeah, you're thinking too hard.
でなく
Just go absolutely apeshit. Go wild.
お前の指はいつまでも俺に触れてはくれぬ。ここにある俺の命を認めてはくれぬ。
Do you remember the path where we met? I remember it fondly. Long, long ago, long, long ago. Ah, yes, you told me you would never forget that peace, that tranquility. Long, long ago, long ago. Then to all others, my smile you preferred. I had my family, what more could I want? What happened? How did I fail? I had her breath, her intent, didn't I? Yet I sensed nothing before she attacked. Not a ripple, not even a shiver. Was it all in my head? Did I only think I felt her, when in truth I felt nothing at all? If not, if I did touch her mind, if I succeeded and it was meaningless, could it be? As Kinsego, my sister, the demon I must slay, truly reached that height? To strike without intent. Muso, the absence of thought. I cannot say. I know only that my hands have grasped nothing. Nothing save ash. Love, when you spoke, gave a charm to each word. Everything was beautiful. Still, my heart treasured the praises I heard because I had love. Long, long ago, long ago.
そうか、それか。お前の手足はどうしてもそんなものに縛られてしまうのだな。あのような虚構。
Though by your kindness my fond hopes were raised, there was endless affection, long, long ago, long ago. I'm fading, drifting in and out of dream. The boundaries between past and present are falling, crumbling to dust. I know what this means. Death, defeat, everything lost. But what can I do? My last best hope has failed. My strength, my oaths, my resolve, all worthless. What else is there? What else but to surrender to the warmth of this last dream? You by more eloquent lips have been praised. There was worth beyond measure. Long, long ago, long ago.
虚構だよ。まやかしだ。なぜなら欠けている。光の求めるものがない。そんなものは捨ててしまえ、鍵屋。もう捨てたはずだろ。その手で、この手で。
You're kind of losing me here.
俺とお前の二人で壊したはずだ。
Did you?
お前が殺し、俺が殺させた。母を。
I mean, yeah. But by long absence, your truth has been tried. I thought that it would last forever. Still, to your accents, I listen with pride. I thought that it would never change. Blessed? Yeah, I guess that is how you spell it. Blessed as I was when I sat by your side, such was the depths of my contentment. Long, long ago, long ago. Just now, in the space between worlds, I thought that I heard something terrible.
何だと。
俺が殺させたのだ。2年前、村正を解き放つ前から俺はすでに知っていた。この剣が何を求めるのか。
And you did it anyway.
敵の命に味方の命であがないよ。一つの悪に一つの善であがないよ。憎しみには愛のあがないを求めるのだと。だから俺は山賊の大将をあえて殺さなかった。
All this because you have fucking daddy issues.
生かして。
Which, you know, also gave you mommy issues.
お前に村正の力を使わせ、殺させるために村正の呪界に縛られたお前が母上をも切り捨てるように。
Okay, but why? Hikaru.
二人で殺したのだ。俺とお前で殺したのだ。あの恩敵が、あの空想な家を。
You could have just like gone to therapy or something.
虚構にふさわしく消えてみせた。
Like, get some family counseling, but no. You have to be a dramatic weirdo.
そんなものを振り返る。忘れてしまえ。お前はこの光だけをまっすぐに
You're just a fucking mess. Hikaru.
お前が愛した母はいない。もうどこにも。
Ugh.
それでも諦められぬというのだ。
It's like that reaction image of the football coach or whoever that was, or like coordinator taking off his headset looking in disgust.
だからお前はここへ。
The exact same reaction when I was watching Chara's counterattack, and he's like,
ここしかない。
killed the woman who could have become a mother to me, Amuro. And it's like, Char, you're such a fucking piece of shit. You're so fucking stupid. Same thing here.
この光のもとだけだ。お前を受け入れられるものは光だけなのだ。影明。
Hikaru. Long, long ago, but now it is distant. Long, long ago, far, far away. Long, long ago, far beyond the reach of my hands. The world contracts. Everything's stunted into one of two categories. Those which have meaning and those which do not. The former contains my enemy above, the latter, everything else. Everything human is falling away. The pieces of Minato Kageyaki trailing behind me like fire. Data is sorted and discarded. My thoughts shaved bare. Intelligence regresses. I do not need it. Morality, reason, these go too.
おお、来るか、影明。
And thus, my mind achieves perfect order. One purpose, kill. One question, how? How to guarantee my enemy's destruction. Kinseigo strikes from extreme high altitude, with speed that no other Musha can match. What will allow me to overcome such transcendent power? Technique? Do I predict her attack down to the most minute detail, elaborate from a flawless counter, then wait, observe, assess her breath, adapting as necessary until the moment comes? Expend the greatest effort to realize the greatest chance of success. Will that bring me victory? No, you're thinking too hard. You just gotta hit her real fucking hard. No, acting rationally will bring me nothing, as I proved just moments ago. Technique is worthless. Art is wasted, theory and logic a waste of time. When a tiger decides you are its next meal, do not attempt to negotiate. Only force can stop such a creature. Force is what I need. Superior might. I don't know, trap yourself between the magnetic fields of the Earth and the Sun, and like really shoot yourself forward like a railgun. You know, become a Gauss round. Which is to say, superior speed. Speed, yes. Speed is everything. Unless you know, also make her, you know, a negative polarity, you a positive, and use her speed to draw you into her also? No, but speed doesn't really affect magnetic attraction. Huh. Unless you make her a really strong, you know, magnetic field that'll just suck you right into her in a completely normal way and not in any other way being sucked into a woman could be construed, even though she might like it. Speed is the source of my enemy's strength. Speed allows her to attack at the moment of her choosing, to strike me down without ever taking damage in return. Speed. If I can surpass her speed, the advantage will be mine. I will strike at a moment I choose and take not a scratch in doing so. Speed. More speed! I know where to find it.
Muramasa!
My Tsurugi does not reply, but I know that she hears. She awaits my command, ready to answer with her last remaining strength.
Enchant plus Linear Axel!
Magnetic fields surge through my armor, like opposing, reacting, repelling, bestowing upon me every motion the maximum possible efficiency. Yeah, that was just a weird long sentence. A million minute operations per second, but Muramasa performs them flawlessly. And thus I climb, my angle nearly vertical. My speed rises rapidly in defiance of the Earth's pull. It's not enough. Not nearly enough to match her. I need more. More speed. More power.
Gravity Axel!
The new power gathers, raging, howling. This is a storm, a mighty flood. Gravity, Kinsego's power, which we acquire through the fragments of Muramasa's Nodachi. I've used them before, but it is far stronger now, and this power was never meant for our use. Like a wild horse, it bucks our control, striving to dash us against the hard ground. We have no bridle or reins to rely on. Nevertheless, we bring it to heel. We seize its mane, and through brute force, turn it to face a single heading. Let it run, let it rage. I need only one thing from it: speed. I feel the sensation of breaking through a wall. The world falls away behind us. We have worn out our welcome. I can almost hear it say, we are left to streak alone through the void. No, not alone. One other is here, in this place where only the fastest may fly.
来い影焼きあと一歩だあと一歩でお前は光に届くぞ
One more step. That's all I need.
いかにするあと一枚の差をどう埋めるすでに手は尽くしたか
Hey man, we're learning as we go here, you know.
影焼
Ah man, I'm out of coffee.
きなら今度もまたお前はメネンを飲んで地に落ちようぞ
Zawaldo? When the moment comes, I understand nothing. Only after it has passed do I begin to grasp what happened. My enemy strikes, holding nothing back, and somehow my body responds. I do not know how this could be. My senses have once again failed to register her approach. Perhaps, by some unholy coincidence, my simple-minded pursuit of speed unlocks something else entirely. Perhaps not. I only know that in this moment, my body finds the answer.
やはりそう来るか。烈光の太刀筋、磁力反発を利してなす神速の抜刀。そればかりは光の目をもってしても見えぬ。
Cool.
かわすも防ぐもなるまいな。だが太刀を繰り出すお前自身は見えている。惜しいぞ影焼。思考の剣も鞘から放たれるだけの間がなくば生倉同等の価値しか持たん。
Indeed, Inseigo's eyes speak truth. Though I possess an attack which she cannot withstand, it means nothing if she destroys me before I unleash it. My enemy has me firmly in her sights. She will know precisely when my strike is coming, strike first, and be victorious. Most warriors cannot dream of accomplishing this feat, but Inseigo is not most warriors. And to this, I have no counter. Inseigo remains beyond my ability to perceive. Though I may draw my sword, it will not reach her once her attack has begun. As she said, my sword is worthless. But this, my body knows. My sword is useless. Technique is useless. Force alone is the answer. Speed alone can bring the demon down. Almost there. Just a little more, a little faster, and I can shake the demon's gaze. Perhaps only for a moment, but that will be enough. I must go faster, but how? How? Like this. Does she realize in that moment what is coming? Perhaps, with awesome godlike instinct, she can see my plan in full. No, she must, for in that moment she acts. Without wasted breath, she begins her attack, striking for empty sky, where she knows that I will meet her. But my sheath is already charged. A storm of power crackling, sparking, filling my armor to bursting. Are you gonna shoot it out like Jetstream Sam? You know, the little Revengeance? And with all the fury of that storm behind it, my blade takes flight. Though it should not be possible here, where the air hangs shredded and still. Just before the end, I seem to hear Hikaru's voice. Her real voice, which she would not use unless she had nowhere to transmit Kinshoujo. And that is how I know I've succeeded. Hikaru has lost me entirely. Her armor still shines crimson. My armor still shines crimson in my enemy's sight, but I am no longer there. Yo! Fucking big old rocket punch with you riding the rocket. With the armor, the sheath, and my body the blade, my final railgun shatters the sky. I have become light. A brilliant darkness surrounds me in all directions. I can see nothing, not even Inseigo. I am blind, the same as hers. But I do not need to see. I know where she is, overhead, diving towards me with all her fury. Then my course is clear. I go to meet her, fist clenched tight, a single piece of Muramasa's armor still cold and hard around it. My fist will surely find its mark. And even then, through her transcendent might, Inseigo has predicted my approach. At the moment of our meeting, as she completes her turn, her armor will shift to bolster her strike, leaving the rest of her defenseless. The squelch of armor, the crunch of bone, the give of weak, pliable flesh. Every sensation, every loathsome detail, I store deep in the cracks of my brain. This is what I fought for. I did not want it. I did not ask for it. But still, I chose it. I chose this end. And so, I must never forget. This is how it felt to crush my sister's heart. So is like Muramasa gonna catch you? Because falling from that altitude, one, you're gonna get like frostbite. It's so cold in the wind. Two, the air density, you're gonna get hypoxia fairly quick, depending on how high you are. But seeing how low we are right now, you're probably fine.
楽しかった。またどこか
Yeah, in a different route. We'll kill you again.
鍵開き
Oh, wow. That was easy. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a short episode and there's still more to go, but I can feel it in my bones. We're approaching the end, and it is Thanksgiving in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., sucks to suck, you fucking nerds. But yeah, I have to go to a friend's house soon, so I need to shower, get ready. I also need to go pick up a tub of ice cream because it'll go well with my pie. So, you know, I wanna bring the good stuff. So, with Ginsego felled, the demon slain. That's where we're gonna end it here for today. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you guys on next time for the next episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa, where we might finish up the hero route. I don't know. We're definitely like, well, what's it called after the climax? The denouement? Is that the falling action? You know, before we hit like the epilogue. I don't want to type after climax action in my Google search because that might pull up something else. But what's the scene after the climax? No, that's what? Romeo and Juliet. I don't care about that. Why do you autofill to that? Yeah, the denouement. Okay, yeah, we're officially in the denouement. It feels like from the story. So we'll pick up there. Catch you guys later. Bye. Mwah.